Hey, it's me again. I hit the button again. Anyway, I don't think employees, or excuse me, companies should just be saying that, there are a lot of people waiting around to take over these shows if something happens. And something else you got to think about too is that every company, generally, I'm assuming, started small. I don't think everybody just started up and all of a sudden we've got 5 locations with 6 employees each or whatever it may be. Generally, most companies start with 1 or 2 employees and they work themselves up from there. And how did they do that? Well, they built a reputation for being dependable and reliable and professional and doing a good job. No different than myself or another company like yourself maybe as well. The way it looks, for example, I know Jason from Rush Entertainment and DJ Big Ron, I think, help each other out, but I think in a way they are still kind of their own individual company. But I would trust that Jason is going to show up to an event. I wouldn't put it past him just because he's a small company. And I'm also assuming that Jason takes care of his vehicles, no different than Big Ron takes care of his equipment. All that stuff is the same and it's relative whether you're 1 or 100. So just don't always buy into and this is where we'll call it hype, of thinking, well, it's a big company, so they have to be better. The truth is, bigger is not always better. I'm not saying it's worse, but it's not always better. And one other thing to bring up too is, you have to think about if it is a larger company, there's more of a chance for the possibility of getting a date mixed up, where they might not have had enough employees to cover the date and they overscheduled, or maybe they forgot to write down your date. I mean, that would be terrible. But I have heard that happen before where people have overscheduled, they double booked. For example, take Mikey Mike. I know I just recently watched a video where he went and helped a guy out. I think his name is Kevin, for a high school gig. And Mike was nice enough to help him, very fortunate. I gotta say, I can't believe that Mike actually could get set up in about 15 minutes. That's amazing. But good for Mike. He's probably got his equipment set up so simple, obviously, that he can do that, and that's great. But that can happen even with one company or multiple companies. So you just have to, check in with your entertainer from time to time and make sure, hey, are we still on with the date? Yep, everything's good. And keep talking to them and keep that line of communication open so you know what's going on. My whole point in all this is I don't think that just because there's one company, you should feel any less confident than if it's a larger company that's nationwide. I think you need to do your research and get some recommendations, talk to some other people that have used that company, try to go to their website if they have it, look at some of their events, and go from there. Most companies, if they're not doing a good job and they're not showing up and being professional, they're not going to be in business. So anyway, that's all I'm going to say for this one. I'll try to do another one real quick here. All right, thanks. Have a good day.